So tell me how you been, man.
Oh man, I've been good, man. I signed in December, so that's good. But just trying to work out, stack days on top of each other. Stay
Right.
safe out here. How about
Yeah.
you? How about yourself?
Yeah, I've been good, man. I don't know if you've been paying attention to my Twitter or YouTube channel, but I've been pumping out some highlight videos. So,
Yeah.
because like I've been analyzing pretty much since I spoke to you, I've just analyzed pretty much like the whole NFL, trying to get an
Mm-hmm.
understanding of how good guys are. So, and I've
Mm-hmm.
realized like there's a hell of a lot of guys that aren't even like starting in the NFL and they're like Hall of Fame level talent.
Oh yeah,
So,
most definitely, most definitely. It's just all about getting the right system,
right,
getting the right people to use them right in the right ways.
right. Yeah. Yeah, so I guess that's my focus is like making videos of guys like yourself and there's like I mean like Tyrone Crawford of the Cowboys
Mm-hmm.
because you're a Cowboys fan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he retired. Um but I thought he was like one of the best defensive linemen in the league. So I just thought I'd make a little highlight video of him,
Most definitely, yeah. He's very nice, very productive guy.
Yeah, it seems like age 31 maybe, and like because he was such high ability, you'd think that maybe he could keep playing. But I think his contract expired, so maybe it was just like, I've had enough.
Yeah, yeah, he could definitely keep playing, but I think some guys, they looking past football. Once you done all you can do in football, and they're going to be there for their family and stuff, and just go on other business ventures and stuff like that. I think that's what happens.
Right. Yeah. I mean, football's like pretty tough on the body, especially if you're in the trenches, like
Oh
Crawford
yeah,
was.
oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just had a look at the Winnipeg Blue Bombers schedule. So you got some preseason games end of May. So
Mm-hmm.
are you involved with them at the moment? Like when does training start and things like that?
It was supposed to start around the May 10th, but
Mm,
they're pushing it back because COVID guidelines. They want to get some of those COVID guidelines pushed out the way so they can get fans and seats. That way they can create more revenue for the league.
yeah.
So they just pushed it back a few weeks, and they're gonna update that update us on that sometime soon.
Okay. You're just hanging out in Dallas until then?
Yeah, so yeah, just training every day, trying to keep my body right, just waiting to hear that official call where we can head out there.
Okay. And do you mind just telling me about what that like keeping in shape means? Like how many hours of working out per day and what it generally entails?
I usually go Monday through Friday. Uh, I do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I just do about 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the evening, and then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, those are my conditioning days. Just try and find a field, get some conditioning work in on those days, and the weekend is just active recovery. Making sure I'm stretched good, and all the little kinks are out, and just keeping the body active.
Right. Yeah. So it's like a bit of lifting and then are you on the field like practicing your stance and get off and
Yeah,
things
get
like
off.
that?
Yeah, most definitely get offs. But a lot of that stuff comes naturally. So it's really just a lot of like just keeping your body in shape. Just having those movements down. Make sure you don't get too rusty, and just when camp starts, you hit the ground running. Pretty
Right.
much.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, I also saw that you got some playing time with the Spring League, I believe.
Oh yeah, yeah. I did do the spring league. I did the spring league. What was that? Was that November? Yeah, I believe it's November. Yeah, I went down there for a few weeks. Had a real good time. Um, I actually got on through the spring league. The Blue Bomber saw me through there, so that was a
Hey,
blessing.
yeah, for sure.
Uh,
That's awesome, man. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I actually hadn't heard of that league, but it seems like a good opportunity just to get some more playing time in, and
yeah,
obviously it led to more opportunities. So,
yeah, for sure.
and also I'm super stoked about the whole CFL thing because like I actually lived in Toronto for like 3 months, and like CFL has a lot of exposure. So like you just be walking through like like going to a gym or a hotel foyer or something, and CFL would be on, you know. So I think that's gonna be pretty.
See, I've never been out there. I've never
Right.
been out there, so I'm excited to go out there for the first time and actually see what it's like.
Right. Yeah. I actually looked up Winnipeg as a city, and it seems like just like you got, you know, all the nice buildings and then just beautiful scenery around. So I can imagine it's going to be a pretty good spot.
Yeah, man, I can't wait. I think so too.
Yeah. So I made this highlight video of you. I'm sorry it took so long. It took me like 6 months or something, but
like I know it's a lot of plays to chop up and sit there and watch and go through. Man. It's no biggie, bro.
Yeah, I just wanted to make like the definitive Cedric Wilcots senior season highlights, you know, so I didn't want to miss a snap. So it's going through all of it. So I'll just share the screen here. Hopefully this. So can you see my?
Oh yeah, I can see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll just start from the start. We don't have. I mean, last video breakdown we did. We chatted for like an hour and a half, and it was like a 3-minute video. So I don't think we can talk about every play with this 9-minute video. But and some of these plays were in your old highlight video, but I'll just so you can see what I can see here. Yep. Okay, so if I just roll the tape, so you can see Najee Harris being tackled.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I wanted to. It's a 9-minute highlight video because I wanted to show like. It's also a little bit difficult. Like, is this a highlight? Is it not? But I just wanted to showcase, like, you know, you're a good pass rusher, but in this play here, you stop the run because you collapse the blocking scheme down, right? Because Harris is trying to run.
Yeah, I end up taking 2 people with me, so my linebackers can flow pretty free. I just tried to spill it and, you know, try and make a big pile right there. And if I can take 2 with 1, I'll sacrifice myself, you know, for my other guys to get in there and get their job done. So
yeah,
that was good. Nice little play right there.
Yep. I think, okay, so I believe this is your spin move on, and if anyone's watching out here, Cedric made Cedric Wills, who was like the 10th overall pick in last year's draft. Cedric made Cedric Wills look silly. Got him, just like that. I mean, we spoke about your spin move, I think, last time, but that does seem like a go-to because if I break it down step by step, so you take him inside, and then when you feel like you got some space, you can just spin outside.
Yeah, I just noticed with him, he's super athletic. So the thing with guys like that is like you want to try and get him going one way, and then once he going one way, come back the other way as fast as possible so he can't recover because his feet are so good. You just want to get him leaning one way. So I have another avenue to attack him, and I just got him leaning inside so I could come back outside on him.
Okay. Do you worry about this tight hand like chipping you as you spin?
Not really, because is a linebacker over him and he has him man to man. So if he chips me, if he comes down and blocks me, he should be free. So the linebacker's watching him. So so once I seen he wasn't coming down, there was a lot of space. I know I had him.
Right. So that's where as a defensive lineman, you're really taking one for the team. Like that's pretty much at least half your job, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the spin. Tua's got to rush the pass. So that was a good hurry. And then the spin move going the other way, right?
Yeah.
Big time. And
take him inside.
Right. And the guard has to come in on you, and that's another hurry. Mm-hmm. Is that what you guys called it, New Mexico State, or is that just like what everyone calls it, a hurry, like quarterback hurry?
Yeah, that's a hurry right there. Just a quarterback hurry or quarterback pressure. Just disrupting any type of throw that the quarterback's throwing motion, anything like that.
Right. I suppose that's where like this trying to focus more on statistics in football, like some like quarterback hurries, keeping track of that is probably more indicative of how good you are at rushing the quarterback than just sacks, because sacks could just be finishing off a play or something, right?
Yeah, exactly, for sure. Those hurries can lead to interceptions or any type of turnovers or anything like that. So those are very valuable too.
Yep. So there's the stop and the run again. And like you've got a big 300-pound dude sort of, you're trying to battle the block, but you still had the wherewithal to kind of like make the tackle at the same time. So I thought that was impressive. So this play here is just like keeping active, not just quitting on the play once the ball is like past you, and you just make that run stop. And this is against Alabama, right? So always a contender. So that's some big time tape right there. And
yeah, for sure.
You mentioned last time we spoke that you actually didn't play all that much just because it was at the start of the season. Your coaches wanted to keep you fresh, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we just had to be real with ourselves. We was playing the top 3 team in the nation, and
right.
After a while, those games can get out of hand, and you don't want to lose a big piece of the season. Playing in a game that's already decided almost. So I really just played like the beginning half of the game, and in the later half I didn't really play like that, just to keep me fresh.
Right. Does part of you think, I want to put up some tape against this like elite team?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I'm always willing to compete at all times, but sometimes your coaches have like the best thing in mind for you and for longevity, and just keeping you fresh to be able to finish out the season.
Yeah, and I remember you mentioned you didn't miss a game due to injury, so that's like obviously that sort of attitude paid off, and your work ethic, because keeping healthy means like you got to be well conditioned, right? So
yeah, most definitely.
So this is a play battling, stopping the run, forcing an inside, and this is you got like some diverse pass rush moves. So you're on the outside, and so I'm sure you would have like it's interesting how you give looks for certain things, and then the next play you've got counters for that. Like that's what the elite guys do, and I feel like you're doing that here because you can go outside here because you're swiping.
Yeah, once I noticed, like he's sitting, he's probably watched a lot of film. He was sitting inside like super heavy, so he just almost opened the gate for me to turn the corner on him.
Right.
So it ended up working out pretty good. I think we got an interception on this play, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right. I think I wanted to keep in this film of this return just to show like this is what can happen from a hurry. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Those are game-changing plays.
Right. Yeah. And I suppose at this point you're just sort of turning around and seeing which guys you can block.
Yeah, really looking for the quarterback for real. Those are the best guys to block.
Right.
Especially when you are already close to him, you already got to hurry. He's like the first person you're trying to see, so you're just trying to find a quarterback or really any type of opposite color jersey in front of him.
Right. No, back when there were fans.
Oh. It's crazy. You definitely take them for granted at that time, but now, man, it seems almost almost impossible to play with fans now. I can't wait to have them back in the stands.
Yeah. So I suppose you mentioned like the Winnipeg the Blue Bombers are trying to sort things out to have fans. Are they going to be at full capacity or just like limited as far as you know?
I think it'll be a small percentage to start the season, and as the season goes, the percentages go up, and hopefully by like playoff time or something, we can have a full house.
Yeah, man, that'll be good. All right, so you're starting like pretty much like a 3 technique by the look of it.
Yes, sir.
Yep. And you're driving the lineman back, just following the play, starting on the edge. There's that spin move. You had a really good game against these guys.
Oh yeah.
Does it feel like this is a while back now? I mean, this is like 20.
Yeah. It seems so long ago. You know, it really is almost, but it's just like so much has happened since then. You know, it feels like almost eternity ago.
Yep. So this is just driving the offensive lineman outside, and then you spin around, and this guy's right in your face.
It actually surprised me because, like, when I knocked him up the field, I knew I knocked him so far up the field that there's no way he could go around me. So I just came back in. He just happened to be like right there. So it kind of like surprised me a little bit on this play.
Right. So I'm sure the back was pretty surprised too. And so that's like pretty much no gain run right there.
Yeah.
And this is just, I mean, a lot goes into a play like this. Like maybe a casual would say, oh, you know, that's just bad blocking. But I guess you'd thrown in a lot of moves, so the linemen are expecting things, and then but you just shoot through. You're like, oh, I'll take this.
Yeah, I actually if you notice, I almost use like his like I'm lined up with the 3 technique on this play.
Yeah.
Like I use the tackle to push off of him. I just try to shoot up the field, and then like once I hit a certain point, I just push off the tackle to almost turn me back into the quarterback. So like I'm aiming at the tackle's hip the whole time just to get around the guard.
Yeah.
Just something different, give him a different look.
Right, I'll just play that again just to see. Right, so you're angling for the tackle. And the tackle's a bit distracted by whatever this guy is doing.
Yeah, exactly. So I know he wouldn't be worried about me. He's kicking out too far. It's just going to open up the crease for me to squeeze through there.
And this is where like guards have to be pretty agile as well. Like maybe you might think, they can be like 350 pounders and just like move people, but in pass protection in particular, they still got to be pretty nimble.
Oh yeah.
Just straight through, around the hips, pull them down, and you just have like a walk-off celebration, right? That must be a good feeling.
Yeah, great feeling. There's probably no better feeling than a sack coming to the sideline and all your boys waiting on you, yelling, and the crowd going crazy, man. It's a great feeling.
Yeah. And you're like, oh, 4th and 6, like they're not going to try any. They're not going to be going for it here. You're just like, I've done my job.
Oh yeah, it's over. I already know the punt team's coming out.
Right.
For sure.
It's a replay here. I mean, that he really had no time to throw, did he? He would have had to get that off pretty much straight away.
Yeah, almost like instantly as soon as he caught the snap.
Yeah. All right, this is the same game. There's that spin move, and you draw a hold here.
Yeah.
This is playing 3 tech, and that's just so. Oh, there's a replay. So that's just really good hand usage and squeezing through that gap. So is that number 99 Miles Vine, I believe?
Yeah. He's at Nickel State now. He transferred.
Yeah, I saw that.
A lot of those guys transferred.
Yeah. When I was watching tape on your guys' bowl game in 2017, I thought Miles Vine really stood out. I think he can be a really quality NFL D tackle.
Oh yeah, most definitely. He's working hard at Nickel State. They just played their fall spring season, and he's gonna finish up with the fall season and just gonna take it from there. I talk to him just about every day.
Wow, man. So you must have had like that shows like you have a pretty good bond with some of your old teammates.
Oh yeah, most definitely. It's good to keep those guys in touch. You know, you build like a brotherhood after being around them for so long.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So he's doing his thing. He's kind of yeah. So you just squeeze through that gap, like you. It's pretty impressive, and like it's cool. Like it's yeah, get skinny, right? And you push through, and you like use your arms to actually create more distance between. Yeah. So you're on the edge here. That spin move. There's that swipe again. That's just a straight bull rush, right?
Yeah. I tried to they started like after a while, they if you notice, like as the highlight keeps going, like they started bringing a tight end on my side.
Yeah.
So he sort of chipped me. So I knew I had to still stay outside because he was chipping me and then releasing. So I was like, man, if he gonna come down, I might as well just go straight ahead.
Okay.
And that's well.
Yeah. So is there any real tell as to whether the tight end is gonna chip there?
Not really, you know, but a lot of guys, a lot of tight ends, it's usually just one H back. So if it's two back there, I mean, I know he's not going to swipe back across, so he's either going to chip me or just release flat, almost. If it's not a running down, so I know he's either chipping me or releasing flat.
Yeah.
So I know I'm getting some type of resistance from him.
Okay. Right. So yeah.
Yeah. Once he chip me, now he's going flat.
Right. I'll just watch that one more time. Right. So I'll just make sure everything's working. All right. That's just like getting your hands inside the tackle's pads, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Giving them no room to recover, pretty much.
Right. There's that spin.
Yeah.
So that's that strong arm. I remember you talking about Khalil Mack doing a good job of that. It's like
yeah, getting extension with that inside arm.
Right. There's the spin again. So I've got to understand because you don't want to be out of position if there's a run here. So at this point you're kind of just committing to the pass rush, or this is going to work even against the run, you reckon?
I know it's a pass because like they're all sliding down, but they're not coming up. You know what I'm saying? Like if he were to like, you know, in a run game, he would like try to like cut me off almost.
Okay.
But you know, since he's like almost shuffling, because you know they can't go down the field on the pass. Since he's almost shuffling, I already know it's a pass, so I'm just working back outside because I know they're all flowing down.
Oh, that's processing a lot of information in a quick amount of time.
Yeah, you just got it's just a feel.
Right.
Like all the mamas just gonna go like all lateral, but they never gonna come up past the ball.
Right. That was a good play. Yeah, just keeping on your feet. It's really important, I feel like, for every player, but defensive linemen to keep their feet because there's always an opportunity to make a play later on.
Active.
There's that spin, and you really work this spin. Like, yeah, there's a bit of a wind up, so it's like, you know what I mean? Like, you're really dipping your right shoulder into it.
Yeah, just trying to sell it as much as I can, get them on balance. Like this could have been a holding call too, from the guard.
Right. So, like, the ref is just kind of, they can't identify every single player. So is it just like they have to use their peripheral vision almost to like identify a hold?
Yeah, for sure. Because like you said, he can't see everything, but a lot of that comes within like, okay, if I'm noticing this guy, he can't really stay in front of me. Like I know he's gonna have to hold me to keep me in front of him. So before then, I've already told the ref, like, just,
have you?
Watch this dude, watch this, keep your eye out on him almost. And you know, more times than not, that works.
Right. Yeah. I've done that playing basketball. Like, there'll be a guy under the basket who'll give you like some excessive elbows and stuff, and I'll say to the ref, "Hey, watch out for this guy." Yeah,
for sure. You always got to keep him. Let them know where guys are trying to, you know, finesse the rules.
Right. See. That hand usage. Oh, so you almost got the sack there, right? Like, fingertips.
I couldn't get my hands on him, and I thought the guy coming off the other edge was gonna collapse it, but he just ended up he just kept flushing and flushing, so I just kept running with him until somebody got in front of him. We brought him down.
Right. Yeah, so I think we spoke about this play last time, our last chat. So you no one's blocking you, so you know something's fishy.
Yeah, something's going on. Yeah, if I don't get, especially on the passing play like that, like usually if I don't get blocked like this on a running play, there's a tight end coming back to, you know, kind of knock me out almost. So once I knew like there was no tight end coming back and I didn't get blocked, something funny is about to happen.
Right.
So just keeping your eyes up.
Yeah. Can I ask, so with the whole being recruited by the Blue Bombers, did you break down film? Because you hear about that in like draft processes, guys will come in and break down film. So did you do that with the Blue Bombers, or you just kind of got some?
With the Blue Bombers, I didn't, but after I finished up school, I had to go to the College Gridiron Showcase. And I had to do interviews with different NFL teams, and they made me break down some film and draw some plays and schemes.
Okay. Well, I'm sure you would have done a good job of that. Like, did you get some good feedback?
Oh yeah, for sure. But all of that just comes naturally, you know, like just watching football almost. Just always watching football. You can always draw some stuff out, and, you know, break down some film or formations and sets and different pass protection. So all that comes pretty naturally.
Right. So is your goal still the NFL? Yep. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So, I mean, you saw Chris Streveler, I believe, was a quarterback in the CFL, and he played for the Cardinals last year. So, you know, it happens all the time, right? Guys going, because CFL is, you know, it's like the second tier league compared to the NFL, would you say?
Yeah, for sure. Almost like a feed-in league for the NFL, almost like a stepping stone.
Yeah,
for sure.
Have you gotten any sort of, because you said you didn't have too much interest from NFL teams just after you told me that just after the draft. Has there been any more interest since then?
Oh, no.
For some reason?
No, sir, not from NFL teams. A lot of I've talked to a few CFL teams. We're in contact with my agent before I signed with Winnipeg, but that's about as deep as it got.
Okay. So do you think there was a bit of competition for you to sign with the CFL team if there were multiple teams interested?
Oh yeah, for sure. It was I had interest from a few squads up there, but me and my agent were just looking for like the best fit and
Right.
what I could do to the team that will help me and my abilities get to the next level. And on top of that, I've had some former teammates that also played for Winnipeg. So
Okay.
it just made that decision a lot more easy.
Right. Do you ever like sort of scout out guys that you might have to try and beat out on the depth chart and see whether like, oh yeah, so this might be more or less competitive, that sort of thing?
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
You talking about like as far as like my teammates, like
Yeah.
guys I had to beat on the depth chart? No, not necessarily, because I just know that the way I play, it's just like it's not common. Like a lot of guys can't do what I do, what I bring to the table. So
Yeah.
I'm just confident on that and my ability, enough to beat out the next man on the depth chart. But even if I'm not the first man on the depth chart, I'm still coming to whatever the team needs me to contribute,
Right.
special teams, whatever they need. So I'm just there to be that guy.
Right. Yeah. And I think like if you're around a good culture, it's
Mm-hmm.
like I guess it's like a decisions. Like, would you rather play, like 90% of snaps on a terrible team, or maybe like 50 or 60% of snaps on a great team?
Exactly.
It's just like I think you'd prefer to be winning.
Exactly, because I've already been on the other side of the spectrum. We weren't the best team in the world in college, so I know what it's like to play on the bad team and then just to be around. They just won the last Grey Cup, so they have that winning culture, and I just want to add to that as much as I can.
Yep. And I think winning draws eyeballs, right? Like you see a lot of guys play in the Super Bowl, and that can sort of give them many more years on their careers. You know what I mean? So yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. So I like this. You're just like, get out of here. Is that what you're doing?
I can't believe they really just tried that on me. I'm surprised they ran to my side.
Right. Yeah. Because I suppose you'd been making plays, and it's like you shouldn't have tried me. So you do feel like it's kind of like it almost becomes personal, where it's like, can't believe you tried that.
Yeah, because they didn't block me. Like pretty much, the scheme was banked on me like not being able to make a play without being blocked. So like that's just almost a sign of disrespect from my point. Like you really thought I wouldn't be right here without you blocking me.
Right. And they're definitely out of field goal range, and that's going to be 3rd and long. So
yeah, halftime.
Yeah, you made them pay.
Looking back on it, I probably could have intercepted that ball. Looking back on it, if I was just looking at the ball.
And you would have gotten to the house probably, right?
Yeah.
I remember you saying you were conscious that it was just before halftime, and I suppose you being a smart player, you would know where you are on the field, and if you miss and they make like a 15-yard gain, then that could be 3 points, right?
Exactly. Just being smart. Like I can't see what's behind me, so I don't know if I'm unblocked. So if I'm unblocked, the guy that's supposed to be blocking me is blocking downfield. So I don't know if the DBs got picked up by a lineman, and just that one mistake of me going for the ball could turn into points the other way. So I was just sure of it. Just let me just bring them down to the ground.
Right. Yeah. So this is just hustling to the ball, and you're showing some really good speed. I think my dad watched this highlight tape of yours, and he's a novice when it comes to football, but he said that you have really good speed, especially for like a defensive lineman. So and there's some plays there where your burst is really impressive. So
sure. That's a big thing with me. Just always, having that pop, that first step, that extra gear. It helps you make a lot more plays.
Right. And is that something that you've always had, or you've had to do, like from training, like you improve your speed as well?
I'm always training to improve my speed, but that's just always like a natural ability I had. As far as like, especially with the first step and my speed and quickness. But training definitely helps. But that was just a gift.
Right. So you're inside again.
Mm-hmm.
It's an interesting technique there. It's like, and is it something that you work on a bit, like snap recognition? Like that's actually only a term that I've come across recently, but getting, those milliseconds of the ball being snapped and you identifying that, and like you identify it super quick here and get inside straight away. So is that something that you are conscious of?
Film study helps a lot with that too, because centers and quarterbacks most times have a rhythm on, when they snap the ball. They like most times a quarterback he'll wipe his towel or just he'll rub his hands together, just alert the center, just to tell them that, okay, I'm ready for you to snap the ball. And just little things like that you just have to pick up on, and then as the game keeps going, you'll notice, okay, they're going right when he does this, or when the center looks back, and then just picking up on little hints.
Right. Do you have to be a little bit careful sometimes because they could get you with a
Oh yeah, for
fake
sure,
snap?
for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's why the first couple drives, it's like getting a feel for it. You know what I'm saying? Then you got to know down the distance too. Most times when teams try to change up the snap count, it's 3rd and 5 or less. So if they get if they get that penalty, it's a new setter down. So just being alert on your distance.
Right. So are you always looking up at like the down and distance counter?
Yeah,
and things like that.
I'm always checking the sticks, the chain gang, just looking over to see like, okay, it's like 5 yards. So I gotta hold my water. I gotta stay true to the ball. But we get to 3rd and like, let's say 8 or 9, then I pretty much got my ears pinned back. I'm just what I'm saying, playing off pure instinct at that point.
Right. And are there times where maybe you have to pick up on body language of teammates? Maybe they might not be as aware as you, and you have to sort of like yell out like certain situations, things like that.
More so like when we come back to the sideline, I tell the guys what I'm seeing. Like, if he says this, you're gonna get this type of block, or he's his cadence is on 2, or he's wiping his hands. Just I use that time to come back on the sideline and tell them like little things like that. Because if you say it on the field, the offensive line they can hear it just like you, just like your teammate can hear it. They can try and switch things up when they go to the sideline. So I just try to keep it like in-house almost.
Yeah. Right. So how many hours of film study do you think you did of Central Michigan before this game?
It's always it's an hour with my guys right before practice, and then on my own, after I get back home for practice, I'll sit down for another hour. So about 2 hours, from Monday to Friday, 2 hours a day from Monday to Friday. So about 10 hours almost.
Right. Yeah. So that's putting in that extra work that people don't see, but then it comes out in the field, right?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah. And how are you sourcing that video? Like, is it just YouTube, or you got your own? Like, how do you watch the tape?
We have like it's like a whole separate program. I think in college we used it was called Thundercloud, and it just has like all of our reps, practice reps, game reps, and then our opponent scout for like all of their games for probably like the last couple of years.
Right.
Things like that. And you can go through all of them almost.
Right. So is a run play, so you're getting pushed back, but you got initial leverage.
Yeah.
And you're just forcing a double team and just wreaking havoc, really, right?
Yeah. Once again, just taking one for the team almost.
Yeah.
I know I got two guys on. If I got two guys on me and I'm holding my ground, I know somebody's running free.
Right. And you kind of make the tackle with your back like that. That's the sort of pile where you sort of conscious of like the potential for injury. So you want to make plays, but you also want to try and avoid getting hurt, right?
Yeah, for sure. You definitely got to know when to just go to the ground, because like plays like that, they hurt. Certain guys will get hurt because they're just trying to stay up on their feet.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just got to go ahead and hit the ground, because if you come in straight legged on those piles, that's when most injuries happen.
Yeah.
So you just got to go ahead and just go and hit the ground. It's all right.
Right. Yeah. So it's a bit of a mess in here, but did you get the tackle, do you think? Is that
I'm really not even sure. I'm really not even sure.
there? So yeah, you got a bit of a strong arm with your left hand as well.
Yeah. This is a hell of a pump fake. Like, I just knew he threw the ball and then he ended up keeping it.
Right. See, you know these plays, right? Like,
yeah, I know them because like I lived them, so I can just like visually remember like almost off the snap, like just where the ball is placed on the field.
Right. Yeah, he's just got to throw it away. I'll just watch that again.
Yeah.
So someone's blown up the screen here, so the quarterback's like, no.
I should have just kept going. I was thinking too. I was already trying to turn, trying to bat the ball down and run back to the screen at the same time.
Right.
But I was just doing too much at one time. I should have just went ahead and went all in on the quarterback.
Right. Oh, well, you still forced the incompletion, and that's 3rd and long now.
Yeah.
So there's that burst again and just getting past. And like I wanted to show that tape just because you do force the run inside, like the back. If you don't do your job, then the back could bounce it outside potentially. But instead it's just like, quick. No gain really. So that's just a really good run stop, because I think you get a little bit of extra attention initially, and you just man, like do you train the flexibility of your Achilles or something, because you're holding up 2 guys here. You don't want your Achilles to explode, right?
Oh yeah, you always like before every game we do ankle mobility just to have that, just to make sure that foot is going at it is maximum distance,
right?
And, being able to hold all that weight,
right. So I think you did a good job of stopping that run, but you don't necessarily get the tackle stat. But yeah,
that was a big power.
What's that? Sorry,
I said just trying to cause a big power right there, just trying to disrupt some stuff.
Right. Man, that's some rough weather. Does that change your strategy at all?
Yeah, most definitely. Just this was probably like the rainiest game I ever had to play in.
Yeah.
So just knowing the ball is like I pride myself on being a pass rusher, but I know when the weather's like that, the ball isn't gonna be in the air as much. So you almost just gotta just kind of convert your whole game into the ball gonna be on the ground majority of the time.
Right. And do you wear different cleats that might be like have a bigger stud in it?
We're still on turf, so the grip isn't as bad. But I just try to I don't wear gloves in the rain, just because like the rain can get in the gloves, the water can get in the gloves, and be all kind of like squishy, and then you can't really get a good grip. So I just dump the gloves. Other than that, we just playing football.
Yeah. It's interesting to me because you use like a one-arm strong arm, really, right? So that you could make a play with your right hand. So it's sometimes they talk about some players in the NFL being really good pass rushers but not good run stoppers. But I feel like if you're a good player, you're going to have skills that translate between pass rush and run stop.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Right. Yeah, for sure. Because I mean, it's definitely different, but the movements are about all the same. Like, that's kind of the way you'll have your arm extended if you wanted to do a long arm on a pass rush move. So it almost works hand in hand.
Yeah. And you're going for a strip there?
Yeah, I tried to get the ball out. I tried to get him out because I ain't even feel like he knew I was over there.
Right.
My hand slipped off the ball because of the water, but I had a nice little grip of it though.
Right. There's that strong arm again. So this play here is like, it shows your burst, and I'm just so impressed by the running back just staying on his feet. Like, you hit this dude pretty damn hard.
Oh yeah.
So you just see this, and I'm surprised he didn't just get decleated. Like, boom, and
For sure. I was just if the ball was coming my way, I probably would have put more arms into him. I didn't even hit him with my arms. I just hit him with a straight shoulder pad right there. But the ball was going away, so I was just trying to hit him and make sure I got up under him, and then trying to float to the ball.
Right. This is just like sifting through traffic, this one. So you're just like unblocked, but the tight end's coming across. So you got to navigate him, and you do. Yeah. And then just chase. And I've scouted Plumlee, and he's like really agile.
Yeah, he's really one of the fastest, just like pure like speed. Even with like the different receivers I've seen like we played Ruggs and Christian Kirk and a lot of those type of guys. And him being a quarterback, he has some of the fastest on the field speed that I've seen like, in person.
Right.
He can really get up and run.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. I think last season, because I watched a lot of their tape, because I don't know if you would have played him, but there's a tight end called Kenny Yeboah. I think he transferred from Temple to Ole Miss, so I don't think you necessarily played him. But I think Yeboah is like one of the best players in this upcoming draft. But Ole Miss changed to Matt Corral at quarterback, who's really good, and I think I'd be interested to see Plumlee at receiver, because if he's got that crazy speed, right?
I agree.
And also, yeah.
What you saying?
Last time we spoke, you mentioned we were talking about Kai Loxley and how he was just like a really good athlete, and he's actually, I saw, just because I'm always like on the NFL website looking at news, and he's actually been signed by the Dolphins as a receiver, so it looks like he's transitioning to receiver.
Yeah, because he was another one of those dudes that was just so athletic, almost, like he's making everybody miss, and and when he gets out in the open field, he's not even a quarterback no more. You know what I'm saying? He's running like a full-blown receiver or running back or something like that.
Yeah. So I wonder if Plumlee will get a shot, because I mean, like, it's not great to lose your starting spot at quarterback, but I feel like he's definitely got huge potential at receiver. Like, then Julian Edelman was a college quarterback, and then he's obviously had an awesome career at receiver, so it does happen.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. So you managed to stop him, but it's a pretty tough ask. Yeah. So again, just like drawing the blocker's attention. This is just a series of really good run stops, just like not giving up any ground but still making sure that you can release from the block if the back's close to you.
Running. Yeah, they did a lot of running. They didn't really air the ball out on us that much, from what I can remember, but they was really just trying to keep it on the ground for the most part.
Right. There's that spin. I bet it's plays like this where you're just like, man, if I only had just a little bit more time, right?
Yeah, I just need one more step. Just one more step. Y'all could just hold them just a little longer. Like that was just a great scheme by our DC. Like we just sent more than they could block, and I came off free. But he luckily got it off in time.
Right. Oh yeah, I see that. So the guard is really in a bind here because there's a lot of pressure just on him.
Exactly. He has to pick one.
Right. And he doesn't really get anyone. So that was just you forced that roll out.
Yeah. I didn't think he saw me, but he saw me.
Right.
I thought I was going to be able to come around for the strip sack, but he saw me at the last minute. He said, "Forget about it." That was a good play by him.
Right. So, like, throughout history, it's always like, oh, you got to have your best blocker at left tackle because that's the quarterback's blind side. Do you think that is true, or the quarter? Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on that?
Honestly, I really think the left tackle and the right tackle both of them should be high paid. The right tackle even just as much, just because like when you're on the right side, you're on the defense's left. So 9 times out of 10, their pass rusher has his dominant hand down. So he has to be equally as, as impressive as the left tackle. Coming off the right side is a little more awkward because you don't have your dominant hand down. So the right tackle is just as difficult as the left tackle to me.
Right. Okay. And do you think, like, good quarterbacks, I feel like they're always got awareness of what's happening in the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they are more likely to miss a free blocker if they're right-handed? Are they more likely to miss the blocker on the rusher on the left, do you think, or it doesn't matter as much as maybe it's
in that case? Yeah, it's definitely when you're coming from the left tackle side, is that the quarterback definitely has a shorter window of vision.
Yeah.
So most times, a lot of strip sacks do come from that side, just because he naturally can't see because he's loaded up with the right hand. So yeah, that most definitely the left side can definitely cause some vision problems.
Right. But yeah, you do see a lot of like the highest paid edge rushers, and yeah, the right tackles are getting paid as well. Although, like, you see Orlando Brown of the Ravens, he's like, I am a left tackle.
Yeah, most definitely, because it's such a different feel. You don't want to move those type of guys from where they're comfortable at, because then you won't get the best version of them.
Right. Yeah, so he wheeled out. What's that, sorry?
There's Loxley right there.
Oh, yeah. But you blow this up, you just sort of squeeze down. I don't know if that's the wording.
Yeah. They tried to pull. For some reason, they tried to pull. I don't know if it's guard and a tackle or just a tackle. They tried to pull somebody on me, and then I just blew it up.
Yeah. So they got a full back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you find that like fullbacks are used less and less these days, it seems, but so does that give you more trouble when they are out there because it's not a look that you see as much?
Not really. That the fullback, he doesn't really see me as much. He's really going for linebackers
Okay.
because if they have a fullback, they're pretty much going to keep it honest up front. Like,
Yep.
okay, we have a fullback, and then we have an extra blocker for the extra linebacker, so the running back can get up on the DBs. But 9 times out of 10, I don't even see the fullback.
Okay. Right. So they're running a counter kind of look because the fullback steps one way and goes another. And yeah, they're pulling guys, but that leaves you kind of
Yeah.
free to an extent. And this, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if this lineman pulling even sees you because he gets blindsided almost. He's like, and then you hit him and he's like, oh, should have paid more attention.
Sorry, too late.
Yeah. You're giving him a hard time. Sheesh. There you go. There's that strong arm. That I felt like that was a hurry because like even if the quarterback can see that they've got one of their blockers between them and the defender, if you're up in his face like you are now, it's like only a matter of time before you get free and sack him, right?
Yeah, most definitely. Because all quarterbacks want that little circle of protection around them, just so they can fluently go through their whole throwing motion.
Yep.
So once they just can't even follow through all the way, then it's gonna affect the throw.
Right. Do you just need a quick break, do you?
No, I'm good. I just had to put my phone on the charger.
Okay. All good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
There we go. All right.
So you're a D tackle here, really, and you just find the ball, or the ball finds you, kind of, but you're like aware of that. It's a double facing the double team. You had a good game here too.
Yeah, this is actually like my last home game.
Right. Do you think that? I mean, so I evaluate players, and I'm like, oh yeah, you're worth a certain amount, but like, do you think some occasions? I mean, I think you'd be the kind of player to just try and do your best every snap, right? But do you think some players do sort of try and play up to an occasion?
Oh yeah, for sure. A lot of guys, like, you'll see a lot of guys have like their best games of, let's say they're back at home or back in their home state, or just when a little more is on the line, almost. And just like certain occasions can bring out the better end of a guy, or this school pulled a scholarship and now they're on the schedule, so he's gonna play 10 times harder, so that does happen. But like you said, I'm a guy that I come to play no matter who's suiting up, but you can definitely see that sometimes.
Right. Yeah. I feel like maybe if you've got that mentality of playing super hard, then maybe you've got to play smart as well, right? So if you're playing super hard, you might over chase the ball and then just be out of position, right?
Yeah, most definitely. Because they will definitely find you if you're too aggressive. Like, if you're on the end and you're just crashing down and everything, they will throw their reverse your way,
right?
And bring it back around, and you'll be out of luck.
Right. So that's sort of a technique here where you make contact with the blocker twice almost. So it's like an initial push.
Yeah.
Right.
It's the initial push. Just the initial push is just trying to, so I can hit them and then try and get my hands reestablished. So I can get like a better grip of them almost.
Yep.
And I can just take them where I want to take them at that point.
Okay. Oh man, that's pretty tough. Like, it's tough to execute the bull rush while you're getting extra attention, and you kind of it feels like you're lowering your left shoulder, so there's less sort of surface area for the left guard to block you. Would you say?
Yeah. So he can. I'm trying to get him to. Like I kind of noticed a little late that he was coming over to help. So
Yep.
once I noticed him, I tried to kind of turn my, like you said, try and turn my shoulders so he could kind of slide off my back. But what he ended up actually doing was like pushing me in my back. So we're both pushing on the tackle at this point. And the tackles, he's just holding at this. Yeah, he's just holding on to my jersey at this point.
Okay. Yeah, true. Yeah, you can see that.
Yeah, he's just holding on to my jersey.
Yeah, he's still got the sack.
Yeah, Miles cleans it up.
Right. So I'll just share with you just like one observation I've made. So like JJ Watt has had some really good numbers throughout his career, and he's a really good player. But I actually think the best edge defender in the NFL is Whitney Merciless.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've watched much tape of his, but
oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, but Merciless hasn't had like as much eye-popping stats as JJ Watt. I just wonder, like, they're on the same defensive line, so a lot of stats, do you feel like, can partially be just because maybe the offensive line is giving more attention to another guy? And have you felt that throughout your career?
Oh yeah, I've definitely noticed it, like toward, especially from my freshman year when like nobody knew who I was. A lot of teams we were playing knew who I was. As time goes on, you start making plays, and like you said, that gets out on film, and now every school in the nation has that film. Right. So you're definitely going to get way more attention. You're going to start seeing slide protections and tight ends chipping you or running backs chipping you. So, and they can free up the next dude because you're getting so much attention. So that's definitely possible.
Right. So you just get less one-on-one opportunities, right?
Yeah, correct. So when you do get them, you gotta make big of them.
Yeah. So this is where, what is this? Is this a play action? Yeah. So.
It's an RPO, run pass option.
Right.
Yeah.
So you initially stopping the run, but keeping your eyes up, and then you just use your hands to get past. Yeah. Oh, nearly a pick. This is where you almost took down three players, really. So that's a pulling guard. It's interesting when you see these pulling, like the offensive lineman pull, but then it's a pass play. Like you sort of, I feel like you're gambling a little bit because more can go wrong if players are in movement. Would you agree?
Yeah, most definitely. It's definitely risky. Like you said, pulling the guard on a pass play, and you leaving that edge guy unprotected. But they're smart because they also fake the running back at me too. Right. So he's almost gonna give a little chip to get a quarterback more time. So they kind of cleaned it up with the running back.
Right. But like you're absorbing so much attention here. And like you shove the running back away, you still got the guard in front of you. You make that spin and force the rollout. So that was big time. This is just getting a bit of bend and making the play. And a bit of hand strength there. Is that like all your I don't know if you do like farmers walks or like holding that sort of stuff, like increase your strength. Deadlifts and stuff, right?
Yeah, deadlifts and just plate holds and stuff like that. Yeah.
Increase your hand strength to make a tackle. Yeah. I think this is the last play. And the commentators just give you some hype. They're like, hey, a lot of people think this young man can play on Sundays.
Yeah.
In the near future. if he can play more consistently. But there's no
What is that about more consistently? So what do you think that is? They say you can play more on Sundays if you play a bit more consistently. What do you think that is about?
I think that just came into like my freshman year was, it was still a learning experience. And then my sophomore and junior year were both really good.
Yeah.
And then my senior year wasn't as good as the previous 2 years, just, due to injuries. And like I said earlier, I was getting so much more attention. So
yeah,
the numbers weren't there. So according to, a person that is just looking at numbers and not really watching a film,
yeah,
I could be inconsistent. But,
yeah,
I'm still affecting the game in different ways. But
right.
As a person on the outside looking in, I could be inconsistent.
Right. Did you have any consideration of being able to enter the draft after your junior year?
I thought about it, but me coming from a school that I went to, I knew it would be a stretch.
Right.
A lot of guys don't leave a school like New Mexico State early, and I just really didn't want to sell myself short. Leaving a year out there on the table,
right,
and then taking that risk and it not be guaranteed.
Yeah.
The number 10.
Yeah, and when you look at his size, it's 6'4", 250. That's a perfect length, height, weight proportion that the NFL likes. His first step it's almost like a 100-meter dash.
Third down in New Mexico State.
Cedric Wilcots, who's been one of the best defensive linemen in program history, 19 and a half career sacks for Wilcots.
All right, so that's the end of the video, man.
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I suppose it's something that you can show people later on, just it's important to because I guess it's harder for people to see a defensive end that it's not as easy to see what they're doing compared to a quarterback, right? So
correct. Yeah,
it's cool to have tape out there.
Yeah, for sure, man. I appreciate that a whole lot, man. You helped out a lot, man. Appreciate that.
Do you think? Yeah, I mean, the video doesn't have that many views, but I like to think that maybe, I could help contribute to guys having bit more shine on them, so.
Yeah, just even a little bit, just being able to, just search a guy's name and a video pop up and you have some video evidence of a guy. Just if it doesn't, even if it doesn't have that many views, just it being accessible to the public,
right.
If they want to get a look at this guy, it's always available. So that's why I thank you for that. I appreciate that, man.
That's all right. I'm hoping that you make some plays for the Blue Bombers and then the views will shoot up on my video.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. I'm hoping so too, man. We're gonna make it happen. Hopefully we'll be here again, watching highlights from this coming up season.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I mean, I'll have to figure out how to access the game film, but if you want to do this again, I can put together the CFL footage for sure.
For sure, yeah, I'll be happy to do it. Even if you want to do the previous years, 2017, 18, there might be more highlights in that one for real.
Okay.
Go through that season, but yeah, I'm always down for it, bro.
Okay, sweet, man. Thanks. So how long is your contract with the Blue Bombers?
2 years.
2 years. Okay, so that must be a nice feeling knowing that it's not necessarily, you've obviously got to prove yourself every day, but it's not like the 1 year and you just got to show out. 2 years is a little bit more comfort. Would you?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Just use that first year if needed, to get comfortable.
Yeah.
And just figure out the scheme. But hopefully, I've been working and watching film already, so hopefully this first year I could come in and play a big role.
Yep.
And just take it from there.
Yep. Okay, man. Well, yeah, thanks again for your time. And yeah, good luck with everything. I was really happy to see that you'd gotten that CFL contract because you'd mentioned that it was most likely you were going to go to the CFL after the draft, and it's happening, and you got your first pro contract, so that's big time.
Yeah, man, for sure. Appreciate that, man. Just trying to make it happen, dog.
Yep. All right. Well, yeah, thanks again for your time, bro. I'll be keeping track of what you're doing through Twitter and stuff, and yeah, all the best, bro. Thanks again.
For sure. You take care.
All right, see you, man. Bye.